What's up, buddy?
Donnie Keller. I'm so happy to have you here, man. I am really excited about this. I've been looking forward to it for a long time because you have been such a big impact on my own life, and you have motivated me. You've changed me for the better, and you've got me healthy again, or provided an avenue to get healthy again. And I think you've done that not just for me, but for a lot of people. So,
And that's the whole reason why I've done anything I've done with fitness. Is that's the best compliment I could ever
dude, this is
get.
this is going to be awesome. So
Yeah.
let me do a quick intro for you, and then we'll get right into it. So,
Okay.
if you've ever felt stuck physically or mentally, this conversation is for you. Today we talk about discipline, consistency, and what it really takes to change your life. One thing I've noticed about Donnie Keller is this: the people who train at Ionic don't just talk about workouts; they talk about confidence. They talk about discipline. They talk about how their lives changed. Kind of what we were talking about.
Yeah.
That tells you a lot about a coach. So you built far more than just a gym. You've really built a community.
Thank you. Jeez.
Donnie Keller, everybody, the owner and head coach of Ionic Fitness here in Bonita Springs, Florida. But what makes Donnie different is not just about workouts and barbells. It's the way he uses fitness as a vehicle for discipline, confidence, and community. From starting businesses at a young age to building one of the most respected fitness communities in Southwest Florida, Donnie's approach is rooted in consistency, service, and leading from the front. He's also the founder of Wilson's Fit Futures, a program dedicated to giving kids structure, mentorships, and life skills through fitness, all completely free at no cost to these kids, because he believes that strength isn't just physical, it's personal. So today we're going to talk about discipline versus motivation, leadership under pressure, building confidence when life knocks you down, and what it really takes to create lasting change in the gym and in life. So Donnie Keller, welcome to the show.
Yeah, what an intro. I don't think I could have wrote that better myself. That was nice.
I had to get something good for you,
Yeah,
man.
I love that.
So when for those that don't know, I used to be fat. I used to have some nice size man boobs.
Let's change it. You were not fat. You had fat. You have toenails, but you don't call yourself toenails.
That's true. That's true.
You
That's
had
true.
fat.
I had a lot of excess weight that was in my chest and my belly, and it took a lot for me to get into the gym. And I remember when COVID hit, the world had ended, and I think you had just you'd been coaching for a bit. You'd had Ionic, and
we were 6 years in at that point.
6 years in, and then you started practicing in the park with people because you couldn't go to the gym according to all the CDC rules and stuff.
Yep.
And I know that was a tough time.
Oh yeah, that was the worst year of my life.
Yeah, yeah. But
financially, physically, emotionally, everything involved. I'm sure it was for everybody. I mean, unless you were like Amazon or a big conglomerate that just crushed it during that time. All local small businesses. You saw all over the world, they were all closing. Restaurants and fitness centers. The biggest CrossFit gym, I think it's the second one that ever opened in San Francisco, closed. So it goes to show you how big of an impact they made on gyms. So the fact that we even made it through and now that we're prospering is a godsend.
Yeah, you persevered, and I think that's a theme that we'll hear through this conversation today. So let's rewind it a little bit and tell us your origin story. Tell us about growing up in Bonita and what it was like growing up around here.
Oh, man. Most people don't realize that Bonita, they see Bonita now and they see a growing infrastructure, a growing metropolitan area, a growing everything, right? They just the downtown area alone. I remember when they put the sheriff's office in the downtown area because that's how bad it was down there. There were shootings all the time. There was nobody walking down there. There was the bike shop was down there, which brought kids down there, which is still there, right across from where the chartreuse is. And there was just cow fields everywhere. Bonita Beach Road stopped at 75. There's nothing east of it. Bonita Beach Road was a one-way road each way. 41 was 2 lanes. I remember when they did the 3-lane adjustment, which is, you've driven at 5 o'clock in Bonita, you realize
terrible.
that you're going nowhere.
Doesn't help at all.
Yeah, no. 3 lanes is, we need 6.
lanes.
Yeah, yeah. So, Bonita was tiny. I grew up and I rode my bike across Bonita Beach Road, across 41 to Bonita Middle School because I was 1.9 miles away. My dad's home was 1.9 miles away. And if you're within 2 miles of the school, buses wouldn't pick you up. So I had to ride my bike.
Wow.
They were like, yeah, you'll be fine. So, I mean, think about it now. You would never ask a 9, 10, 11-year-old kid, I think it's 11, 12, yeah, to cross Bonita Beach Road and 41 to get to Bonita Middle.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so the town was small. My family owns Farmer Mike, so my family's been here since like the 70s. We had a restaurant. It was called the Goodie Shop that my grandfather ran. My dad ran a bakery out of that. My uncle runs the farm, and now my cousin, they both run the farm. My sister has a salon, and I have the gym. So I mean, we're a family full of entrepreneurs or self-employed, however you want to call it.
You said that you come from a family of entrepreneurs. What was it like as a young kid being an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I knew at a real young age, I didn't want to work for somebody else. I mean, I didn't even want to work for the family farm. I didn't want to work at the restaurant. I didn't want to work for anybody else. And I don't know where that intuitively came from. I think maybe because everybody else worked for themselves. Maybe I just didn't want to, but I started like a lawn business when I was a kid.
No kidding.
Yeah. So, I mean, Toys R Us was still around back then. We're talking like late 90s, early 2000s. So I called it Cuts R Us with the backwards R. It was the exact same logo, just Cuts R Us. I printed out flyers. In my dad's neighborhood, there's probably, call it 300 homes in there, down by Bonita Beach. And I would literally walk around, put all the in every mailbox. And I started getting phone calls, and then I started talking to people on the phone, and my dad started correcting me on how I talk to people on the phone because I was a kid, so I was like, hey, what's up? And he was like, no, we don't do that ever again. It's yes, sir, or yes, ma'am, or hello, and it's very, very professional. And I still struggle with that at times. I answer the phone and I say something like, nah,
what's up?
Dad would be so mad at me right now. But yeah, so I started working for myself, started making my own money. I got a cell phone before anybody else because if I wanted one, I had to work for it. So the family made you work to get anything you wanted. Like I remember,
that's amazing. No handouts or anything.
Yeah. If I wanted new clothes for school in the beginning of the year, I had to pay for it.
Wow. My
dad would buy us clothes every year. Like it's not like he was like, hey, you're on your own. But if you want the new Quicksilver shirt or the Ruka hat or what, I was a skimboarder. I almost said surfer kid, but Gulf of Mexico, not really surfing. But
Gulf of America now.
Yeah, Gulf of America, my man. If I wanted that stuff, I had to buy it. It wasn't, my dad was like, no, if you want it, you go get it. You go work for it. And so I started at a very young age to start making my own money.
That instills such good ethics and business sense in kids. Yeah. So, like my girls look at me and they bat their eyes and I buy them everything, whatever they want, Well, I got to change that perspective a little bit and maybe.
I'm sure you will.
At some point. But
they're still pretty young though, right?
Yeah, they are.
So. Yeah. So, I'm talking going into middle school. I think that's 11.
See, that's good. That's good. Okay.
So it was like, if you want something, go work for it.
Yep.
And that's how I basically lived the rest of my life so far.
That's awesome. All right. Well, let's talk about how Ionic Fitness came to be. So, was there a moment in your life that you knew fitness had to exist for you?
100%. Yeah.
What was that moment?
So it started with my dad. It was the year 2000. I was like 12, somewhere in that range. I got in a fight and I got my butt whooped because I have a smart mouth. If anybody knows me, I'm very sarcastic. So yeah. So I got my butt whooped and my dad was like, all right, maybe we should put some muscle on you. So he bought me a weight bench that came with like the leg extension, leg curls on the side, off the back end of it. And then you lay down and it had the arms that hold the bar up for bench, right? So I could basically do everything. And then he bought me 2 dumbbell sets where I could slide weights on and off so I could add as much or as little as I needed. And he bought me Arnold Schwarzenegger's Weightlifter's Almanac. That's the only book I've ever read cover to cover, still till to this day. I'll read all the way through a book. Once I get to the end and I feel like I got it all and I'm at the conclusion, I'll just stop. I don't finish them.
Done.
Yeah. That's the only book I read cover to cover twice.
Wow.
That's how interested I was in it. And then I started working out, and then I realized that this is an avenue, at least that I'm going to do the rest of my life. Working out is something that I just fell in love with. And that was at 12. When I was in high school, I started, like Max and I, a buddy of mine, him and I would start, like, we started like this little group, and people would come work out with us. Because he was training to go to college. He got a scholarship to play football. And I was just training just to train. I thought I was going to go to college for soccer, but I decided I wanted to do other things instead. But I was training the same as he was. So we were training often, and we were having people just join us. We weren't charging them, but we were building programs. We were building workouts. We were building Metcons and sprint workouts and all types of stuff. When he left and went off to college, I kept doing it, but then I started charging people. Hey, it's $10 to come work out with me. You'll do whatever the workout is. And then we started building this little program. And then the YMCA was like, hey, you can't do this. You can't make money at our gym.
We got to get paid.
I was like, fair. I get it. So I went to the garage, and I bought a bunch of equipment. And I started training people out of my garage. And this is like 2007.
Were you trying to start a gym at that point, or were you just still kind of just,
I knew I wanted to be a
people?
fitness coach. I didn't know where that was going to lead. Then I enrolled in 2007. I also enrolled at FGCU. I started taking exercise science classes. Loved that. Loved everything about it. Started taking dietetics classes, learning about nutrition. And then I took marketing classes. And then once I got to that point, I spent 7 years at FGCU. I took the
scenic route.
What's the Ferris Bueller?
Yeah.
Is that the guy that was in college for?
Yeah, Ferris Bueller. No, it's Van Wilder.
Van Wilder, yeah, that guy. Yeah. I took that route. But I learned a lot. I took a lot of classes. I learned everything that I felt like I needed to get to open up a gym. Then I found CrossFit in 2011. Fell in love with that, because then I was like, hey, I can do bigger classes. More people can pay a smaller amount of money than instead of personal training, and you can make more money doing it. All I saw was dollar signs. I'm like, yeah, I want to do this. So I started coaching CrossFit, and then a friend of mine, Chris, and two others opened up Ionic in 2014. At the time, I was coaching at CrossFit Estero and at CrossFit Fireball. So they opened up Ionic, which was right across the street from Fireball. One day I got fired from Fireball. It's a long story. We'll talk about that another time. But I got fired from there, so I walked over to Ionic because I knew Chris. And I was like, hey, I'll coach for free as long as I can work out here. And he's like, yeah, done. So I started coaching their 8 a.m. class and their noon class. And they didn't even have a noon class. We just started creating one. It was a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I think, at the time. I coached it like 2 days, and another coach coached it one day. One day he didn't show up. So I just coached it because I was there. So I just coached it. I never said anything to Chris about it. And then like a week goes by, and I was there training in the afternoon. It was up till it was right as class was starting at 4:30, and the coach wasn't there. So I just coached it. I just didn't say anything. I was there, so I just started coaching it. And then Chris happened to leave work and just stop by the gym because he was on his way home. And he saw that I was coaching. He goes, hey, where's the coach at? I'm just not going to name drop him because I don't want to. I was like, nah, I don't know. He didn't show up, so I just started coaching class. And he's like, well, this is like the third time he's done this. Do you want to start coaching full time? I was like, yeah, yes, I do. So I took all the noon classes and all the afternoon classes. Chris obviously ended up firing the other guy. And then like a month later, Chris was like, yo, this is wonderful. Do you want to be part owner? I was like, Chris, that is the best thing that anybody's ever said to me. Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
Yes.
He's like, do you want to look at the financials? Like, no, dude, I want in. I don't care. How much is it? He gave me the number. I was like, all right, I can give you most of it. I emptied my Roth IRA. I gave him everything I had.
Didn't you have some Bitcoin at the time that you?
I did, but I didn't use that.
Oh, okay.
It was still only this. We're talking 2014, so it was still only like $5.
Yeah,
it was worth nothing, yeah. And I didn't have a way to cash it.
Yeah.
I bought out the other owners with Ethereum and stuff.
Gotcha.
But that's later on. That's 2018-ish. We can go that route. But so I bought in. A couple months after I started coaching full time. I bought in for everything I had. I paid off the rest at monthly installments. A couple years later, Chris and I bought one of the other owners out because he moved up to Orlando to help with a sick family member. So then Chris and I were 50-50 up until 2018, and then I bought Chris out in 2018.
That's awesome.
And that's where the Ethereum came from,
Yep.
because I was buying Ethereum back early, same time as I was buying Bitcoin, and I was able to cash it out at that point because it became a little bit more popular and paid out. Chris, what was that?
That's amazing, and it's just gone bonkers ever since, which is
Besides 2020.
great. Yeah, wow.
2018 was good, so I eventually made it to where I was like starting to make money, and then 2020 happened, and 2020 we got another gym closed, and we got an influx of like 20 new members, which where you came from,
Yep.
Living Waters.
Yeah.
Right? Was it
No,
Living
I
Waters?
wasn't. I was actually at CrossFit Fireball for a little bit.
Got
And
it.
then I was trying some other CrossFit gyms in Naples that I never really clicked with, and
Yep.
then I, let myself go for quite a bit. And then after it was interesting. It was after COVID that I really I started working out off and on. I would say in the middle of 2020.
Okay.
And then I didn't really see a lot of change, and I think it was because I had not dialed in my diet. I was drinking too much, and often if you don't change those underlying things, your physique won't change no matter how much you're going to lift.
You can lift all day long. It don't matter if you're
Exactly.
putting cake or
Right.
not even cake, but if you're
Yep.
putting alcohol in your body every day, you
Yeah,
ain't gonna get
it's
there.
not going to change. So that's what I was doing. I was still kind of feeling the effects from COVID. We were still working at home. I just started a law firm, and I had some issues, health issues, and then I think it was 2022 when I really started consistently, and I think that's when
We did 75 hard, right? Is that
Yeah.
2022.
I did 75 hard in 2022. But your gym had already taken off since post COVID. Since then, right?
Yeah,
Like,
2021 was awesome.
you had some really good members, great community. That's when I started feeling this real sense of community.
Yeah. 2021 was
yeah.
much better, obviously, than 2020.
Well, I think people were sick of being stuck at home. They wanted
Yeah.
to go get out. They wanted to get active again. They wanted to, have some sort of fitness in their lives
Yep.
because everyone thought we were going to die in 2020.
Thought
you
we
know?
had this plague going around that was going to just demolish everybody if you went out.
Dude, it was crazy. We were sitting there watching the TV all day long, like looking at this
Death
wave of death coming
Yeah.
across
Yeah.
from Europe to America. We're like, what's
Yeah,
happening, right? I
yeah.
remember sitting there, and I was working for a big law firm at the time. We all had to work from home. Nobody could go into the office, and they had us researching COVID issues and what happens in the event of apocalypse with legal stuff, right? And
Yeah,
I'm
of
like,
course.
this is such a waste of time.
You're like, I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm going to do my own thing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's crazy. Okay, so let me turn this into a talk kind of about maybe training and discipline. So I'm sure you've seen a lot of people come in and out of the doors over the years.
Yep.
Is there
1,500 to be exact.
wow, that's crazy.
Yep.
Is there maybe like a common trait that you see in people that want to start doing a fitness journey? Or a common situation that people
When
might
they
be
want
in?
to start, or they want to,
Oh, people-
or they actually make the change to get to there.
Let's
Because it's two
talk
different
about
people.
two.
Okay.
So let's talk about the first, where people just walk in the door. Like what do you see that drives people in the door to start with? And then the second one, we'll see what do you see people that truly want to make a change.
Yeah. So I think most people, they get to a point where it's like you get disgusted with yourself, with your own abilities, with your own look, with everything. I mean, we all go time. I mean, I
Yeah, I
own a
was
gym
there.
and I went 2 years without working out.
Yeah.
I own a gym. I was in a gym every day. So
Yeah.
it happens to everybody. I'm no anomaly. I'm nothing special. It happens to everybody. You just get to a point where you're like, oh my God, this is not what I envisioned for myself. So let me go work out.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep. No, I was there. I can relate to that for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
So I think self disgust with yourself is a big motivator for most people to come in the gym, because most people either want to lose body fat or gain muscle. And I would say 90% want to lose body fat, 10% want to gain muscle. But when you gain muscle, you lose body fat.
Correct. Right.
Well, most people don't know that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I need to do more cardio. I need to go run more. I need to do this. I'm like, yeah, you're going to burn calories, but you're going to burn more doing strength training than you will doing cardio.
Yeah, it's amazing. And a lot of people don't know that. So let's talk about that for a second. It's a little off track, but
That's all right.
cardio is good for your heart,
Yeah,
right?
wonderful for your heart.
Wonderful
and
for
you
your
have
heart.
to do it. You can't just skip it.
Yep.
You have to do it.
Exactly. Weightlifting is good for fat burning.
Yep.
Okay. And then let's see, what else?
Let me explain why.
Yeah, exactly.
So cardio, you're going to burn calories while doing, and it's wonderful for your heart, right? So you're going to burn, say if you go run a mile, you're going to burn, I don't know, say you just do a repeats running intervals or rowing intervals, something like, let's say an Orange Theory. they do a bunch of rowing intervals. You're going to burn a bunch of calories in that class. But as soon as your heart rate comes down, you stop burning calories.
That makes sense.
Okay. Weightlifting, as you gain muscle, your basal metabolic rate, your BMR, how many calories you burn a day on average goes up. For every 1 pound of muscle, I think it's 6 calories per day you burn extra. Now, I don't know if that's exactly right, so you might have to fact check me on that, but I think it's something similar to that. Okay. It may be 8, whatever it is. But so you can put on, 5 pounds of muscle, and how many calories you burn a day on average goes up. So you're up, call it 30 calories per day more. Okay, there's 3,500 calories in a pound of body fat. So that's what, if you're doing 30 more per day, every 100 days? Is that right? Ish. Yeah. 100 and again, my math. Again, I'm just a fitness coach.
Okay.
Not a mathematician.
I'm a lawyer. We're not good at math either.
However many days it is, you're burning a pound of body fat more than you would if you were doing just cardio.
Yep.
And 5 pounds of muscle is this big. 5 pounds of body fat is this big.
Yep.
It's substantially bigger. So you will look smaller by gaining muscle than you will by just losing body fat.
Got it.
Every fit person that you see online is doing strength training.
Yep.
Every single one of them.
Yep.
They're not just doing cardio.
Right. No, that makes sense. And then CrossFit's kind of a combination of the two. You get high intensity cardio, but you also have the weightlifting aspect of it, which keeps burning fat over the day.
Yep. So. And our metcons are I call them heavy cardio, meaning like you're not doing just body weight stuff. You're also doing a 75-pound barbell with movements. You're doing your body weight pull-ups or knees to chest, or you're also doing burpees and calories on rowers and stuff like that. So we're mixing in weights with the cardio. So I call it heavy cardio.
Okay. Now the second group of people that truly see transformations, what do you see any commonalities in those people that after they've come in, they start feeling better about themselves, they're working out, they're getting healthier?
Yeah.
And then what's the trigger that makes them like consistent?
So the first people, it's motivation that gets them in the door. The disgust, right? Mm-hmm. That's that motivation. But we all know that don't stick around. It's the discipline, like we were talking about earlier. Discipline keeps people. People ask me all the time, how many days a week should I work out? If you're going from 0, you should not work out 6 days a week. But if you can get to a point to where you're moving 6 days a week, doing something. I'm not saying you have to do CrossFit. I'm not saying you have to do EvoFit or even F45 or Orange Theory. Just do something. Move your body. If that means taking your dog for a 45-minute walk, do that. Your dog's probably going to hate you because you don't take your dogs on those long walks. But you should be doing those, Walking is wonderful for the body, but it's not really it's not a workout. It's movement. Movement is key to life, so you have to do it. You should be, I say 7,500 is plenty for a day, especially if you're sedentary. But, some people say 10,000, so go for 10,000,
yep.
Whatever it is, but just do something on a regular basis. It doesn't have to be something crazy. You could do 100 sit-ups in the morning or in the evening, whenever you have time. Something.
Right.
So the discipline of doing something every day for 6 days a week will eventually turn into a habit.
It's true.
I think it's 21 days.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yep,
So 21 days to form a habit. If you do that and take one day where you don't do anything fitness wise, at the end of the 3 weeks, you're going to see big changes in how you feel, how you sleep, how you wake up. Your hunger hormones will be different. So you'll be apt to eat more food, which is wonderful. And then once that happens, man, it's like it takes to 3 months, and then, man, I mean, you see some changes in
totally
people in 3
person.
months. Yeah. But you have to get through those first 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's true.
You have to wake up sore and be excited to go do it again. And if you're not excited, have the discipline to go do it again.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Discipline. So what do you say to people that feel like giving up?
It depends, because everybody's got different, I feel like I have different levels of empathy for different people as well. So it's like, it depends on why they're giving up. I try not to just say, the same cookie cutter response to everybody, because like you said, I try and lead from the front. I make contact with everybody every day.
Yep.
Maybe not everybody, but I contact with people when I see them at the gym. When I see that they're not in for 5 days in a row, I send them a message. I reach out to people on a regular basis. I have a time every day that I reach out to people. Hey, you haven't been in the gym. Where you been? How you been?
Yep.
What's going on? Are you sick? Because obviously everyone gets sick all at the same time.
Yeah.
But when people want to give up, it's hard, because everybody's a little different, right? Some people say for money, some people say for time, some people say for this. I tell people that your excuses are the same as everybody else's. Your excuses are not solely your excuses. You're not the only one that's busy. You're not the only one with 2 kids. You're not the only one with a full-time job who just fired or let go 20% of your staff that now has to pick up all the slack of all the new people that are, or all the people that are gone. Like, we all are busy. Your excuses are not solely yours.
Yeah.
We all have the same excuse. But if you show up on a regular basis, in 3 weeks, you're going to see big changes. In 3 months, you're going to see wonderful changes. In 6 months, your life will be different.
That's true. Yeah, it's a matter of priorities. You know, if you prioritize your time and you make time for stuff, I mean, we have a lot of time in the day.
Yeah.
But it's just whatever your priorities are. If your priorities are going out and drinking and staying out late, it's going to be hard to get up early to go work out.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Priorities, if your priorities are waking up early to get a nice workout in and then, you know, enjoying the rest of your day because you feel, you know, motivated and pumped up because you've already done it and you're done, then, you know, it's a little bit different. But it's a matter of shifting your time and your perspective around.
Our gym's busier in the morning than it is in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And that's an anomaly for gyms.
At 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I think 5 a.m. is your busiest class.
5 a.m., 5:30 a.m., 6, and 6:15 are our 4 busiest classes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
All before 7 a.m.
Crazy. All right, let's talk a little bit about resilience. Have you had any setbacks in your life, and how have those shaped you going forward?
Of course, I've had setbacks. I mean, 2020. 2020 was a big one. 2017, when we had when Irma hit us, was a big one too. So Irma was like the first hurricane in the past.
That's horrible.
It was 9 years ago now. I think about that. Wow.
Yeah.
I just did the math in my head. 9 years ago, man. Geez.
So you are good at math.
Well, I can do. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, a lot of people's roofs were damaged, so they have a $10,000 deductible. We're the first thing to go. They're like, oh well, I'll pump the brakes on my own personal fitness because we have to have a roof over our head for us and for the kids, or for just us, whatever they may have. So that was a huge setback. I remember we lost 30% of our membership base at the time.
Wow. Just from a hurricane.
In 1 month.
Wow.
Gone. And that happened in October. So November was way less.
Man, so we had 2017, we had Irma. 2020, we had COVID. In 2022, we had Ian.
Yeah.
And I remember, Ian, you were out there all over the place trying to help members, you know, strip drywall from their house and pull off baseboards and clean up all this, you know, the destruction that Ian left and flooding.
Yep.
And I remember that, man. That goes to your character and your care for your community that you built.
Yep.
That was incredible.
Yeah, man. We probably did 20 different homes, and we did a lot that weren't necessarily members' homes either. We went over by Imperial in Bonita Beach, on the west side or east side of that corner. The river comes up and it's real low area, and I remember we were in there with probably 20 people, and we cleaned gutted houses, filled up dumpsters, brought it out to the road, did everything we needed to help these families, all at a cost of nothing. We didn't charge anything. I had relatively decent amount of tools, and I asked anybody if they had them, bring a hammer, bring gloves, and bring them.
Dude, that's heart right. That's heart right there, buddy, man. I love that. I love that. Just to care for other people, you know, and that shows in everything that you do.
Yeah.
Do you have any personal habits or morning routines or anything like rituals that keep you grounded or stay focused?
I would say my meal prep. I meal prep on a regular basis. I used to do every Sunday and Wednesday. Now I kind of just do it as needed, because every meal I make more than just one meal. If I'm cooking steak for dinner, I'll make a couple extra. I like New York strips, so I'll make a couple extra of them and cut them up so they're ready, so I can have steak and eggs in the morning. I'm a big advocate of eating meat, so I eat a lot of meat.
Yep.
And fruits and vegetables, obviously, but mostly meat. So I do that, and then I'll make a breakfast bowl that lasts me all week. That'll have, you know, ground venison, ground beef, some rice, peppers, onions, and green peas. And literally it'll make me 7 meals. And I prep them all out, and that's my hey, we're gonna stay healthy.
Yeah.
And it's all in the fridge.
It saves time.
Makes it super simple.
Easy.
Because I could also leave the house at 4:30 in the morning to go coach a class and not come home till 1 p.m. That's a long day.
Yeah.
And I'm not even done some of those days. That's just me coming home. So I have to bring food with me, or I'm sitting at the gym with no food. It's like not eating is just as bad as eating bad.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not just as bad, but
Yeah.
they're still bad. You need to fuel your body. I have found mostly people gain weight because they're malnourished, not because they eat like shit.
Interesting. Yeah, it's eating the wrong stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, if you're eating a bunch of fried food and McDonald's and all that junk.
Yeah, well, I only eat 2 meals a day. I
Yeah.
can't be eating more than 20 or 2,000 calories. I'm
But-
like, yeah, you're probably not, but you only have 40 grams of protein in today.
And you're looking at all the seed oils and
Yeah.
all the
All the
sucralose
BS.
and all the sugar
Yeah.
that goes into it. I think
Yep.
that's it's a huge problem that we have as Americans in our food here. I mean, it's just polluted with junk.
Yep.
And there's one thing that you've told me in the past is you shop the outside aisles of the grocery store because that's where all the
Human food
single
is.
ingredient human food is.
Yeah.
And I always remembered that. I think there's a lot of
love
truth
that.
in that.
Yeah. I get your rice and your beans,
Yeah.
and there's some condiments and stuff. And
Right.
nobody ever got fat because of condiments.
No, but you got your fruits, your vegetables, your protein. That's all in the outside rows. And I
Yep.
wonder why supermarkets set it up that way. You go into any Publix, and that's how it's set up. You got the good food around the edge.
somebody who makes a lot more money than I do and made those decisions.
But you got to go through all the hard parts to go get to the good parts,
Of course,
right?
yeah.
You
Well,
got to go
'cause-
through the ice cream to get to the chicken.
And it's funny that you literally have to walk through
And
the
you do,
ice cream aisle
yeah.
to get to the
Yeah,
chicken in the bag.
and that's my downfall is like
Oh, dude, me
cookies
too.
and ice cream and sugars and cakes and stuff, man. I mean, that's
dude,
why
I
I
love
failed,
sugar, man.
I failed
I
75
feel you.
hard,
I feel
It's
you.
like
I'm with you.
sugar right in the face.
I'm human just like everybody, man. I got my own things
man.
too.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well,
I do have a morning routine I was thinking about.
Okay.
As we were talking, it did pop up. So when I get to the gym every morning before I walk inside, I spend 10 minutes in my truck by myself. I don't use my cell phone. I don't have the music on. I don't have anything. And I just sit there. I don't program. I don't do anything. I literally just sit there. I think about what I have to do that day. I think about what I have to do that week. I think about the tasks that I need to do. I think about everything that is going to propel me forward. Right.
so good. It's
And
like
I don't set any parameters on what I think about. Sometimes I'm out in La La Land thinking about a trip that I just went on or one that I'm about to go on or something. So they're not always like productive meetings to myself, but I do it every day.
That's like
I get there early and I sit in my truck, and I spend 10 minutes by myself in silence. And you can call it meditation, you can call it what you want. I don't know if it's meditation or not, but it's me with myself.
time to yourself.
Yep.
Yeah, because you're going into a loud gym with a bunch of loud
Yeah.
music, and
Yeah.
you bring the energy to the
Yeah.
class too. So I mean,
Yep.
you're always on point and getting the class motivated. And
Yep.
if it weren't for you yelling at us, we probably wouldn't be as motivated.
Yeah, and yelling is
Not yelling.
Yeah,
I don't-
yeah.
I-
I was about to
I use
say,
that
yelling is
loosely.
a
I use that very loosely.
yeah. I try and make it fun. I mean, like I
Yeah.
said, I'm
It is fun.
sarcastic.
Exactly.
I will make fun of you just as fast as I'll congratulate you on your effort. I mean,
Yeah.
you're gonna get both ends. You're gonna get Coach Donnie, who's gonna congratulate you on your effort, and you're gonna get Donnie, who's gonna make fun of you because your shoelace broke or you slipped
Yeah.
off a bar or whatever it may be.
All right, discipline versus motivation. I think that some people confuse the two.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a good distinction between discipline versus motivation?
Yeah, motivation is I want to do something and I'm going to go do it, and you show up and you do it. Discipline is I don't want to do it and I'm going to go do it anyway because I know it's good for me.
I love that. Yeah,
Right?
Right.
I mean, that's just top of the head. That's what came out first. And obviously I could probably expand on both of those, but that's what I would think first off.
It's like motivation can be temporary.
It
but
is temporary.
discipline has to be consistent.
Discipline is consistent.
Yeah.
Discipline and consistency are synonyms.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to be. The
Yeah.
only way to be disciplined and doing something is doing it all the time.
In light of whatever hardships are going on,
Yeah.
you just
Everybody's busy. Like I said, everybody has kids. Everybody has their own business, or they work for somebody, or everyone's high achievers, or everybody. Your excuses are not solely yours. They're everybody's. We all have them. The ones that are disciplined will show up and do it anyway. And that's with I mean, you're disciplined with your kids, right? Meaning, like, you show up with your kids, right? You set times that, like, hey, my kid's got a soccer game on Saturday. You're not going to miss it. It's discipline to show up. No matter how bad you would want to stay at home and not go,
Right.
You go.
You go.
That's discipline. It's just a different form of discipline. It's so you have it. It's there. It's just like we talked about earlier. It's priorities.
And I think a lot of people don't understand that the long lasting impacts that getting your health and mental fitness right does for your family.
Yeah.
And does for your business. And
does for you.
Does for you. Well, yeah. You almost have to sort of be selfish a little bit, focus on yourself, but then once you get yourself regulated and to where, the best self can be, I think, then that expands to your family, to your business, to other people, 100%. To how you interact with everyone. And I think you have more confidence.
100%.
And you have, you just do better in life, right? Mm-hmm. But people don't realize that. And I see that a lot in the, I'm going to pick on lawyers for a minute. I think lawyers typically have high stress jobs. They're working long hours. They're just miserable, right?
They're trading their wealth for health.
Exactly. That's trading their time and their wealth for health. Make sure I said
that right. Yeah.
I love that. Trading their wealth for health. Or
trading their health for wealth.
Trading their health
I said it backwards.
For wealth. That's what it should be. Trading their health for wealth.
Yeah.
I love that because, I see a lot of people that go out at event after event and they're drinking all the time, and they're just,
even if you only have 2,
like, it doesn't matter, but they're, the food intake, and it's just easy and accessible because you're working so much. Yep. It's hard to do food prep. Or it seems hard to do.
Yeah, there you go.
It's just priorities, right?
Yeah, I love the mindset change.
So, yeah, that's what it is. It's a mindset change. It's a shift that has to happen in order to change that mindset and get out of a rut to really achieve freedom.
Yep.
But nobody understands that.
Yeah.
Like, it's a hard thing to overcome.
I think
I don't know why.
I think that people also, everybody knows you need to eat and eat well. Everybody knows that you need to work out and move. But they don't. You know what I mean? So it's like,
well, people know you shouldn't smoke, but they still do.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
And drink.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I drink sometimes too.
Yeah,
I'm human.
Yeah.
But I feel like people know what they need to do, but they don't.
Yeah, it's easier.
Yeah. Well, it's comfortable.
It is. Right.
It's very comfortable to just get off work and go home. Mm-hmm. And it's easy to order Chinese takein, or it's easy to, when you're at the event, to not eat the meal prep food you have at home because you're starving right now because you didn't eat lunch, because you had a meeting that went over, and now you're at this event, call it a work event, and there's hors d'oeuvres. Yep. And the hors d'oeuvres have bread, and the hors d'oeuvres have fried egg rolls, and it doesn't look like you're eating terrible, but again, seed oils and sugars and all the bullshit that's involved.
Yep. All right, let's turn to Wilson's Fit Futures for a minute. And Wilson's Fit Futures is a kids program that prioritizes exercise for kids.
Yep.
Exercise,
nutrition, and positive mentorship.
There you go. All 3 of those. That's amazing. So, what inspired you to start Wilson's Fit Futures?
So this is where I got my traded health for wealth. So Doug Wilson was a client of mine. He was an attorney. Funny.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was a public defender. He was the public defender in Denver, Colorado. He was the main guy. He loved giving to people who didn't have the funds to hire a lawyer. He gave, from what I've heard from his friends and colleagues that I've been in contact with, he loved helping people that didn't have the needs, and he went above and beyond what a public defender would. Now, I don't know what that means. It sounds like he worked more than he should have for free for these people. He was 340 pounds when I met him. He had just retired. He was 65 years old. He moved to Bonita Springs, Florida. He walked in and told me, hey, man, I need to start working out. I need to start eating healthy. I need this. I need that. I need help. I was like, okay. So I started working with him, started working with nutrition with him. A year goes by. He's just under 300 pounds.
So he lost 40 pounds.
Yep.
That's great.
And he wasn't even eating that great yet.
Right.
I wasn't even full blown. Like, I had just started nutrition coaching with him when he died in his sleep.
Wow.
And I mean, nutrition coaching meaning like I'm following his food. Had given him all the information, and I had been to, I know his wife. I know that she cooked most of his meals, so he was eating better than he was, or eating more. Like I said, most people are malnourished because they don't eat enough of the macronutrients that they need. So their body just holds on to body fat because they're not getting enough, right? So he was eating more food now, more human food, should I say. And he was starting to lose body fat, and he was gaining muscle with me. So his basal metabolic rate was going up. He was just burning more now on a regular basis. He died in his sleep. Doyle and I, his wife, are the co-founders of Wilson's Fit Futures. That's where she told me when after he died, he had some colleagues and friends out in Denver that wanted to donate to a nonprofit in his name. And I had been talking with her, or I had told her, I was like, hey, I've always wanted to start one for kids because the growing need from 2020 of kids PEs being taken out of school.
Right.
The presidential test is taken out completely. I mean, I never took it when I was in high school, and that was, early 2000s. So the physical fitness of kids is just declining at a rapid rate.
Well, now they throw iPads in front of their faces too.
Yeah, so. Which I don't know what it's like to be a parent.
Right.
So I can understand every now and again, hey, please just watch this. Give me 10 minutes of peace. I can 100% relate or understand that. But when the kid's doing this all day long or playing video games, they're not moving. So that's why childhood obesity is at the highest. Wow. Also with sugars.
Yep.
Starting your day with breakfast with cereal is terrible because you're just giving them a bunch of energy. That's why period 1 or class 1 or whatever it is, they're alert and awake and ready. But then by 2 or 3, they're crashing.
Right.
They're looking for more sugar. So they're looking for, kids are drinking energy drinks. Jesus. I didn't need an energy drink when I was a kid. I didn't drink any soda.
You're not supposed to drink that.
Yeah,
it's got caffeine. It stunts your growth. It's got all sorts of crazy
stuff. You're loaded with energy
in
anyway. You're a child. You should have all the energy in the world, but they're just living on sugar.
Well, and all that stuff, a lot of that stuff has red dyes. It has your caramel colorings,
all the bullshit.
All sorts of bad, and even arsenic. I think they just came out with something now that shows that, Skittles and Kit Kats and Milky Ways and all that candy has poison in it.
It is poison.
We knew that, but now
they're starting to agree to
Robert
it.
Kennedy was like, yeah, this stuff's bad, right? So
you should not be eating it.
Why
does Europe's Skittles are different than our Skittles?
It's crazy, man. They're trying to kill us. But it's so interesting what you say about kids. And then you give kids candy and you wonder why they misbehave. Or you give them an iPad and you take it away and you wonder why
your son has ADD or ADHD because he's loaded with sugar and he's bouncing off the walls.
And they're not exercising.
They're not doing anything.
Wow. So really,
even
really cool.
Even kids' sports attendance or should I say like the leagues are getting smaller.
Yeah.
Because kids are playing less sports. So back to why we started. So Doyle and I started Wilson's Fit Futures to combat this.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. And you've seen a huge amount of participation since you started it
super
already.
fast.
That's great.
It is free, so it makes it more attainable for any families. But we're getting to the realm to where now we have a wait list. We're getting to the realm to where now we're going to start having the parents sign in their kids, and if they don't come to 75% of the classes in a month, you'll have to pay.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
We're built. The program's evolving. We're a year and a month. A year and a month because now January. A year and a month in, the programming or the program itself is evolving. Because it's easy to not show up when the parents don't have to pay.
Right.
If the kid doesn't want to go,
just don't go.
Yeah, and the parents are like, yeah, you know what? I don't want to drive down there anyway. It's a 20-minute drive.
When you got other kids that are waiting to get in.
Yeah, they're waiting to get in that want to get in. So
interesting.
We're building out this next step of the platform, should I say, the platform of Wilson's. We do nutrition coaching. The first thing we do, before we warm up, before we do anything, I built out 20 different points, and they're not like these amount of macros you should be eating. It's not very technical. It's just like yesterday, the one we talked about was breakfast. That's where the cereal thing came up. Like, hey, what have you guys eaten for breakfast recently? And they told us, and we're like, oh,
cereal,
man.
Yeah, Lucky Charms.
Yeah, do you guys like eggs? They're like, oh yeah, we like eggs. I'm like, oh man, do you know how to cook eggs? So that's another rendition we're gonna get to later on, is to start teaching them how to cook as well.
Wow.
We'll rent kitchens, commercial kitchens, and start to teach them how to cook.
That's awesome.
But that's another rendition down the road that right now I want to master what we have, get all the kids in that we can, maybe grow. I want to grow to another gym this year. I would love to have 2 different locations, so it's not just in Bonita. It'd be Bonita in Naples or Bonita in Estero, depending on where we go, and have a 100 kids in each location.
Yeah, that'd be incredible.
But yeah, the goal is to eventually teach them how to cook too.
Beautiful. I love it. So for the kids that you've been training, what impact have you seen in them, either socially, emotionally, or with their confidence?
Oh man, confidence one is crazy. When they first walk in, we have 5,000 square feet. We're big AC, it's probably 25-foot ceilings, probably even more than that actually. We have 2 floors. The music is loud. It's not loud when they walk in, but it's loud when they're working out. There's adults there that they don't know, and they're moving their bodies in ways that they've never done it. None of these kids are coming in like they've worked out before. They're 11 to 17. They're somewhere in that range. Now, there's been a couple of them that have, but most of them have not. So they're learning a whole new realm of life that they have never done before. Confidence levels is wild to see the girls add 2.5s on the bar for like a bench press or something, and they get so excited, like, hey, can I add weight? I'm like, yeah,
go for it, girl.
Dude, it's so fun to watch. Hearing from the parents, I've heard one girl never wanted to play sports. She just asked her mom. Now she's been in the program 7 months or so, working out twice a week. She's excited about showing up on the days that her mom told me on the days that we have classes. She gets up early. She gets excited. She packs her bags because she knows that she does the 3:30 class, so she knows that she's going there right after school. She packs an extra lunch because we talked about you should be like and it's not a lunch. It's like a beef stick and a couple oranges. Just something to get her through because she doesn't eat from noon till then the class is at 3:30. But she's like packing this stuff with it. Mom's not doing it. She's doing it. Because she's excited and wants to be there.
That's awesome.
And then there's another kid. He didn't want to play any sports. He's like, I don't want to play sports. I want to play video games or whatever. So he started working out with us, and now he's 8-9 months into the program. He's asking his dad if he can go play flag football. He's asking his dad to sign him up for baseball.
Wow.
And his dad was like, dude, he's like, I've been wanting him to play. He's like, I played sports my whole life. He's like, or growing up as a kid, I couldn't understand why he didn't want to play sports. Now that he does, he's like, I'm so thankful because now my son's hopefully going to continue to keep moving.
Wow, you talk about building confidence in these young kids. That's incredible, man. Okay,
Yeah,
so
wild.
if parents wanted to get their kids involved in Wilson's Fit Futures, how would they do that?
Go to wilsonsfitfutures.org. That'll be the website with all the information on it. It explains the program, explains what we're doing. It'll have photos of the gym and of kids working out, and then there's a form at the bottom. It'll ask you for your name, your kids' names, the age, what classes you want to go to, and then we'll reach out.
That is awesome. Okay, and then on the other side, if you have individuals or businesses that would like to donate to support Wilson's Fit Futures and your mission, how would they be able to do that?
Go to Wilson's.
And what would you need?
Yeah, go to wilsonsfitfutures.org. There's a donate button. That'll bring you to our donation page. We are a IRS accredited 501c3, so it is 100% tax write-off. $1,200 gives one student or one kid a full year's worth of classes. All the nutrition, all the coaching, all the confidence building they're gonna have, all the extras that come along with it is $1,200 for one kid. If you do the $1,200, we'll ask for your logo, and we'll also add you to the website as a corporate sponsor for that calendar year.
Well, you got one corporate sponsor today here from Cardinal Law. So
my man, hell yeah.
We got you, buddy.
Thank you so much.
And we're looking for other people in the community to help sponsor this amazing mission, because you've heard how it builds confidence and how it builds up these kids that need fitness in their lives.
Yeah, we have 40 kids on the wait list. So
wow,
whoever, it doesn't have to be 1,200. It could be 3,600. That's 3 kids. It could be $5,000. Whatever the number is, whatever works for you, however much you want to donate to us would be, each 1,200 gets one kid off the couch, off the playing the video games and working out more and learning about nutrition and moving their body.
I love it, man. All right, so let's talk about the evolution for Ionic Fitness. What's next?
Ooh, I don't know. Yeah. What's next was this kids program.
Okay.
It's helping the gym. It's getting more, we've had 4 adults now sign up for classes, which is
From their kids working out,
Yeah.
the adults want to come. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And so the class is 3:30 to 4:30, and then the kids work out 3:30 to 4:30. The parents sit on the couch in the lounge area, either work on their computer or whatever, because we have free Wi-Fi. And then when the class is over, the kid goes, sits on the couch, and the parent joins the class.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that is helping. That wasn't the intent of having kids, but the kids classes, but it's wonderful. Yeah, we're growing. I think we just signed another 12-year lease where we're at, so we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, there you go.
We're coming up on year 12. July will be year 12.
Wow.
I've always continued to just grow it a little bit grow the programs. And, we have the 2 different programs. We have the online app. We have mobility
Look
sessions.
Better Naked.
We have the Look Better Naked program.
That's always good.
We got
Look Better
all.
Naked.
So yeah, we all want to look better naked. I love that name.
Me too. That's great.
Yeah. So the steady growth is what I want.
Yeah.
I don't want 50 members tomorrow, because it'll be too much. It'll be too hectic. I won't be able to keep up. I won't be able to check in to make sure that you're coming. It's, our steady growth has been the key to success for most people.
So if somebody listening here wants to start fitness for the right reasons, where should they start?
It depends on where you're at right now. If you're sitting on the couch doing nothing, and you haven't done anything for months or years, start walking. Make it to where you walk 3 days a week, 4 days a week. And I'm talking like 45-minute walk. And I'm not talking like walking like you're casually walking shopping at the mall. I'm talking like actually go out there and walk. Like put on good music or a podcast, whatever you want, and go walk. And just put in, 45 minutes, 20 minutes out, 20 minutes back, or however you want to do it. Yep. If you have a good loop in your neighborhood, whatever that may be, and just walk. Get your body moving. After a couple weeks of that, start strength training. That is the key to longevity for all of us. Cardio is going to keep your heart alive, which will keep you alive. You have to do that. But that will be built in over time. If you can start with strength training first, I always tell people if they're coming in from nothing, that's where our EvoFit program is blossoming. We have 3 days a week that are just strength training. There's no cardio, no nothing. Yep. And then 2 days a week of conditioning classes. So that's where I send people. It's like, hey, start doing the strength training classes in the EvoFit program upstairs at Ionic Fitness. And that's where I send them.
And then the other aspect, I think, of health, you got your cardio, your strength training, and nutrition is a big aspect of healthy
80%
living.
Of it.
80% is a big aspect.
Yeah.
It's also something that can be intimidating for people. Is there a way that you can simplify it for those that might be intimidated? They were talking about seed oils and sucralose and all this stuff. Like, how do you tell people how to make it easy for nutrition?
Shop in the perimeter.
Okay.
Like we talked about earlier. Yeah.
Sure.
If it's in an aisle, you probably shouldn't be eating it. If it has a table of contents, you probably shouldn't be eating it.
If it's got like a paragraph of ingredients.
Yeah, I'm a human. I eat pizza. I eat burgers with French fries and tater tots. And I eat all that stuff too.
But in moderation.
Very, very moderate.
And you have to give yourself a little grace, because I think if you're too strict, then it's so easy to overeat.
You will not do it forever.
Exactly.
If you go from whatever you're eating now to cut out everything and eat only plants and animals, you're going to do it for a short amount of time. And there are some people that can do that, but most of us cannot. So shop in the perimeter, and I get people on the InBody at our gym, and that tells them their BMR. Everyone thinks 2,000 calories a day, which is a good average for most people, but for women in general, is they're normally around 1,500 calories a day, depending on how much muscle they have. So if you've gone a few years and you're 20, 30 pounds overweight and you haven't lifted weights, so your muscle mass declined every year, your basal metabolic rate goes down. So you could even be eating all the right stuff and be eating 2,000 calories a day, but you're only burning 1,400 and you're not working out. Your basal metabolic rate is 1,400. The InBody scan at the gym will tell you what that number is, or it'll tell me and I'll tell you what it is.
600 in excess.
Every day.
So
you were gaining body fat every day.
Yeah.
Every day. Again, 3,500 calories is 1 pound of body fat.
And it's amazing. I'm glad they started to put calories on a lot of restaurant menus now, because you didn't know in the past, and now a lot of restaurants are being held more accountable to what their caloric intake is,
what they're putting
in their food. You don't see all the ingredients, but you see that a burger is like 1,400 calories.
Yeah.
And that's your
daily
entire daily intake. in a burger.
Yeah, and they're
at
like,
Cheesecake
I only had
Factory.
yeah, or even
I
like,
was like, come on.
or even like Chipotle.
Yeah.
Chipotle's like, oh, well, I had Chipotle yesterday, and I had call it steak and eggs for breakfast, and that's all I ate. Well, your Chipotle bowl was 1,600 calories.
Oh, but it's so good.
It's wonderful. I like it too. I'm with you.
So
but that's 1,600 calories. Yes,
Yeah.
you ate healthy, but you ate way more than you're burning, so your body is going to store body fat. There's only one way to lose weight: eat less than your body burns.
Would you say that that's like a I don't want to say a fitness hack, but you know, something kind of, I mean, it's not hard, right? It's like the simplest thing.
You can literally use ChatGPT and be like, hey, I got on an in-body scan. It told me my basal metabolic rate is 1660, whatever your number is. I'm going to take photos of my food. I want you to track it for me and keep it. And every time I upload one of the photos of what I'm eating, tell me how many calories it is. And it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be close enough.
Wow.
And then and just keep track of it, so we gotta have a daily log. And at the end of the day, I want to know how many calories I ate. And then you can also ask it how much protein I ate, how much carbs I ate, and how much fat I ate.
Wow, that's really cool. Amazing what AI does nowadays.
Yeah, so you don't even have to go into a MyFitnessPal and log it anymore. You can literally take a photo of it.
Crazy.
For free. ChatGPT is free. Costs you nothing. It costs you a membership to my gym to get on the InBody.
Amazing. All right, what's the best piece of advice that you ever received?
What you're not changing, you're choosing.
I love that. That goes back to what we talked about, trading your health for wealth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a similar mindset. What you're not changing, you're choosing.
Mm-hmm.
And what
So you're choosing to be 30 pounds overweight.
you're choosing not to change.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
What you're not changing, you're choosing.
All right, what do you want people to remember about the culture that you built at the gym or here in Bonita?
I don't know what I want them to remember. I guess I want you to feel like, I mean, the first sentence I put on our website is like, when you walk in the doors, your family. I'm going to talk shit with you. I am going to motivate you. I am going to help you. And all the coaches are going to do the same. It's not just me, because I don't coach every class anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore.
I know. I miss you. I miss you at 5 a.m., man.
I'm still there.
I know,
just twice a week. Which is nice for me. Because I turned 2 of my days that are 15-hour days into 13-hour days or 12-hour days, which is still a long day.
Yeah.
But, so it's nice to be able to sleep in on those days.
Yeah.
But I have coaches there that will do the same. That will talk shit to you, that will motivate you, that will help you choose your weights or modify movements if needed. So I want people to know, or I want people to feel like the gym is their third home, right? You have your home, you have home 2, which is work, and then you have hopefully Ionic Fitness, home 3.
Yep. Hopefully that Ionic Fitness is above work, because work should be last.
Especially if you don't work for yourself.
That's true.
Because if you die tomorrow, they're going to replace you by Monday.
That's true. All right. Best workout you look forward to?
I really like the 12 Days of Christmas.
Oh gosh, that's horrible.
It is horrible.
But
I've
it's
never
great.
finished it.
It's great.
It's not finishable for my level of fitness. But I enjoy that time of year. We get a lot of drop-ins that time of year that come from Michigan and other places that come down here for Christmas.
Right.
So we get those repeated members over the last 11, 12 years. Some of them are only 5, some of them are 8. It all depends, but like, they're family too. They know the other members, they know the coaches, they know the music we play, they love it, and they come to our Christmas parties. Like, that time of year for me is wonderful, and I love the 12 Days of Christmas because everybody looks forward to it.
Yeah. Or doesn't look forward to it, but still does it.
Yeah, fair.
They have discipline, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a hard one. All right.
Yeah.
Are you a morning person or a night warrior?
Ooh, I used to be a night warrior. I used to not get up until 11, 12, 1. I used to bartend when I first bought into the gym. I was bartending I'd run the gym Monday through Friday, all the classes, and then be done at 6:30. Drive to Mercado and bartend at the pub from 8 p.m.
You wore the kilts?
Yeah, I loved it.
You got some sexy legs, baby.
Hey, man, I work on them. I want to show these things off. And I'd work until 2 a.m. when the gym when the restaurant closed, and then we'd clean until 4 a.m. and then I'd go home Friday night, sleep until 8. We had a class at 9 at the time. Only one class on Saturdays. I would coach that class and then go home and sleep again and do the same thing Saturday. And then I would open Sunday because I got the 2 best shifts, the Friday, Saturday. So they made me open Sunday because it was super slow. So I opened Sunday, pay my dues, and then Monday do it all over again.
Wow.
So then it was really hard for me to get up in the morning.
Yeah.
I missed alarms. I would set 3 of them. I'd have anxiety and I wouldn't sleep well. It was terrible. But when I quit that and went full time at the gym and gym only, now I'm a morning person through and through, man. If I see the sunset, dude, it's not very far until I'm going to bed myself. Yeah. I go on golf trips with buddies. We're on like year 9 of these trips. They all know that after dinner, Donnie's going home. You have me in the morning. I'll be up before everybody. I'll make coffee. I'll be up before everybody, hanging out on the back patio or whatever, wherever we're at. You have me all day for golf. You have me till dinner. As soon as dinner's over, I'm either taking a shuttle or Uber or whatever home. Done. Donnie's going home. I can't make it past 10.
That's funny.
10 I'm like peeling my eyes open to try and stay awake.
I mean, man, when you're getting up at 4:30 in the morning consistently, your body wants to go to bed at 8 or 8:30. You know,
8:30
9
happens.
9 o'clock maybe at the latest.
I used to have to set an alarm to tell me it was 8:30.
Wow.
Now my body knows.
I know, my problem is I have young kids that like to stay up because they have FOMO. So you know, I'm trying to read to them and put them to bed, and you know, by like 8:30, I'm cross-eyed and I can't even understand what I'm reading in their books, you know, and I'm just like, okay, please put me to bed. And thank God I have a great wife who takes over sometimes and says, honey, just go to bed. I know you're tired. You got to get up at 4:30, but we have like opposite schedules. So
love it.
It's funny. All right. Favorite healthy meal?
Oh, steak, man. I love steak. I eat steak probably 3 days a week.
Favorite cheat meal?
Ooh. I love pizza. I eat burgers on a regular basis. I love a good burger with some tater tots with a fried egg on it. I love pizza. Grandpa's pizza is the best. I had it yesterday, to be honest.
Nobody's judging.
Yeah, man, I'm human. Like I said, I'm human.
Chips.
Buffalo chips. Buffalo chips. Out of season right now. It's way too busy, so out of season buffalo chips. Monday nights they have their chicken wing special. It's the only thing I've ever eaten there from when I was a kid. Like I said, like we talked about earlier, I grew up in Bonita, so Buffalo Chips was the only place that had chicken wings, and I won't order chicken wings anywhere else because I only want Buffalo Chips chicken wings.
Well, I've also, this is a different type of food, but I've struggled to find the best taco place in Bonita. Where's the best taco place in Bonita? Is it one right behind Benson's?
Yes, El Gran Taco Loco.
Right behind Benson's.
Right behind Benson's.
Okay, I gotta try that. I don't think I've had that.
Cash only.
Yeah.
They don't speak English. Cash only. But they're the best street tacos. I get 5 to 8 every time, depending on how hungry I am.
I'm down.
Yeah, dude, they're amazing.
All right, and you know those aren't too bad. It's meat and corn tortillas. You're good to go.
I mean, it's still a cheat meal.
So that's all right.
It's still a cheat meal.
What's the? I think we already talked about this. The book that influenced your life, is that Schwarzenegger's book that you read
twice? It's the Weightlifter's
twice?
Almanac.
Weightlifter's Almanac. Okay, cool. Awesome.
I would assume it's still out, but I mean, again, I read this in mid-90s. Oof,
yeah, no,
feel
that's good.
old.
All right, so if someone takes nothing else from this conversation, what's the one decision that they can make today that their future self will thank them for?
It's not too late in anything. It's never too late. You can always go to the gym today or tomorrow and start to lose body fat. It's never too late. You can change your job today and go get a new career or open up a restaurant or whatever you want. It's never too late, especially if you're in your 30s.
Yeah.
You're not behind. They say the average millionaires became a millionaire in their mid-40s, the average billionaire in their 60s. It's not too late.
Not too late.
It's not too late.
You have Colonel Sanders from Kentucky Fried Chicken. I think he was 65 or something when he started that franchise.
So
never too late.
It's never too late.
I like that. All right, Donnie, really appreciate you coming today, man.
Oh man, it was awesome. Thank you for having me.
Like I said, you and Ionic Fitness have completely changed my life around. Just for having a place to go to work out. I love it.
In the heart feels, man. Thank
really,
you.
Truly, you know, I went from being, I think I was about 250 pounds the first time I started 75 hard, and I'd been working out. I don't want to say consistently, but I had been working out regularly for maybe a year and a half or so. And then, you know, kind of made that shift. I said, man, I don't want to wake up and die. I don't want to not wake up one day
Yep.
And I had a couple friends that were doing it. I was like, all right, I'll try it out. And that was the hardest thing I ever did in my life, you know, but your gym and the community that you built gave me the opportunity to feel like I was part of something.
Yeah.
And also,
Awesome.
you know, being part of other people that were suffering the same as I was, right? You know, like I feel like there's something when you work out together, you build this like brotherhood.
Yeah. Camaraderie, if you will.
Camaraderie, if you will, right? You know,
Yeah.
and you're all in it together. You're all, you know,
Sweating together.
sweating, and
you're all
complaining about whatever you're doing,
about, like,
how many burpees you got, or
why do we have
whatever,
to do
right?
21 burpees, Donnie? I'm like, well, because that's
Seriously.
the number I chose.
I know, but man, I appreciate you, man. And you know, if you're listening this or something in this conversation hit home, if it's about discipline, confidence, or whatever, you know, just showing up for yourself. Don't let this, you know, don't forget about this. Take action on it, right?
Yeah.
It's never too late.
It's never too late.
Do something about it.
What you're not changing, you're choosing.
What you're not, and don't trade your wealth for your health. So I like that.
Don't trade your health for wealth.
Oh,
I mean, I guess you could say it
health,
that way too.
wealth, yeah. Don't trade your health for your wealth. So, guys, go check out Ionic Fitness here in Bonita Springs. Donnie, how can people get in touch with you with social media, with your website?
Yep. Social media, Instagram is Ionic Fitness. Facebook is Ionic Fitness. And the website is ioniccrossfit.com. That'll bring up the entire gym, which is Ionic Fitness. And that'll explain the EvoFit program, the CrossFit program, the Look Better Naked program, the mobility program, all the programs that come with your membership. It'll give you insight on class memberships, and then there's a form on there to fill it out, and that'll get in contact with me directly. I'll be the one that reaches out to you, and we'll start your journey from there.
That's awesome.
Continue your journey.
Exactly. Are you offering any promos right now?
Yep. So we have a 14-day trial for $14. So
Awesome.
you get 2 weeks. You get access to everything that the gym offers, all the programs that I just mentioned, all the sarcasm that you're going to get from me and all the coaches, and all the hopefully motivation and help with the discipline along the way.
Yep. Dude, that's awesome, man. Well, I love you. Thanks for doing what you're doing, and keep doing it. All right.
Love you too, man.
And thanks for tuning in, everybody. Until next time.